In this lesson, we will bind our character. Now, the great thing about binding this character is that she's split up into multiple pieces. Well, why is that great? Because we only need to select the bones that should influence each mesh. So this is going to save us a lot of time when it comes to editing our deformations. All right, so for the boot, for instance, we know that for the most part, this is going to deform in a very rigid way. So for the left boot, I'll go ahead and grab knee B, our foot bone, and finally the ball bone. So at this point, we can choose bind skin, smooth bind options. We've already taken care of our settings, but if you need to, feel free to take a look at my options. And we can go ahead and choose bind skin. Okay, great. So let's go ahead and take care of the right side. Again, that's going to be knee B, the foot bone, and the ball bone. Smooth bind. Okay, great. All right, let's go ahead and take care of the pants. So for the pants, we'll want to grab knee B, knee A, the thigh bone. We'll also, of course, want to grab the buttocks bone. Spine A and B should influence the pants. Let's go ahead and grab those. Now we can go ahead and move over to our right side. So that's going to be the buttocks, the thigh, knee A, and knee B. All right, let's go ahead and bind and take a look at our initial deformations. They should actually look pretty nice. What we'll do is go to our move tool and just start to move the leg around. Great. And take a look at our buttocks rig. It's doing a wonderful job. Might even be nice to smooth out our mesh. So I'll simply choose 3 on the keyboard, going into smooth preview. The pants selected, and now we can start to move the leg around. Beautiful. This is really exciting. Okay, great. So I'll go ahead and grab the pants. Go back to low res, just pressing the 1 key. We'll worry about the belt in the next lesson. That's going to be pretty straightforward, but let's say we go ahead and start to move up the body. All right, so for the character's upper body, we'll grab spine A, spine B, C, and the chest bone, spine D. We'll also want to add the shoulders, but what I like to do is add the shoulders last and add them, of course, as influence objects. What that's going to do for us is give us a great initial bind, and then we can add what little influence the shoulder should have as a last step. All right, so let's go ahead and continue to move up. That's going to be the neck, the head bone, and we do not want to forget about our eyelids and the brows. Okay, so we're ready to go ahead and bind. Let's go ahead and take a look at our initial result. And this is really incredible. All right, great. So we shouldn't have much work to do as far as tweaking goes. This is really exciting. Let's go ahead and take a look at the character's head. Beautiful. So there's a little bit of shifting and some unwanted spots, but again, tweaking that will not be a problem at all. We just want to take our time. We won't go through editing the entire character's deformations, but we'll just go through a few areas that may seem tricky. The trick to getting some very nice deformations is to simply take your time and block in your weights, meaning we'd want to apply either a full amount of 100% full weighting or no weighting at all. And then we can go in and start to smooth out those spots. Now, with that said, I mean, the deformations we have now, we wouldn't want to lose what we like here. So with that being said, you may want to, instead of just blocking in with a full weight of, again, 100%, you may first start by removing weight. So for instance, for the neck, you can see that we're getting a lot of pulling where there shouldn't be. any influence. So you can go ahead and start to remove weight using the replace operation in the paint tool. We'll take a look at that. But just to give you an idea of how to get this done quickly. All right, so let's go ahead and now add the shoulders. All right, so again, we grab our mesh, grab our shoulders, and we'll want to add them as influences. Going to our options, I'll reset the settings. We're not using geometry, so let's go ahead and uncheck that. We'll also lock our weights and set them to 0. That way, none of our weights are redistributed. We choose Add. And now, selecting our mesh, we'll want to head over to our component editor and go ahead and unlock the shoulders. So there's the one on the left side, and here's the one on the right. Okay, great. So at this point, we can go ahead and move to the character's hair. So we'll just go through and grab each bone. Again, there should be a total of 13. We don't want to forget to grab our head bone, as that's going to lock down points that should not move with our hair rig. We also don't want to forget this little guy here. Let's go ahead and add that. Okay, so it looks like all of the hair bones are selected. I'll go ahead and now grab the head bone and smooth bind. Let's go ahead and take a look at our deformations. So this is actually really nice, despite some of the sections that are weighted a little bit too much. You can see here on the left side, you can see that we have some influence here that we'll want to clean up. But again, as long as we work on blocking in our weights and then smoothing out that result after, we can get this done in no time at all. So in our case, what we'd want to do is make sure that these points that are interpenetrating are fully weighted to our character's head bone. And then we can go in and start to, again, smooth that out with the add operation, or still using replace, but maybe half the amount, for instance. If you'd like to learn more about weighting techniques, feel free to look into our Introduction to Character Rigging and Character Rigging for Production course. All right, but at this point, we can go ahead and move to the character's holster. Just to take care of this is a really simple job here. All we need to do is smooth bind to the thigh bone. So let's go ahead and take care of that. So as we start to move that around, I might unlock the move tool just so we can move in all directions. So there we have it. The holster is taken care of. Then at this point, we can go ahead and take care of the arms. So we'll want to grab our shoulder bone. We don't want to forget our twist bone, as well as the main arm bone. So let's go ahead and grab those both. We'll start to move down the arm and grab our twist rig. So that's twist A and B, and also C. We'll grab our elbow bones and the forearm twist bones. Again, we don't want to forget the slash joint for the forearm twist, twist C. And then we can go in and grab our hand bones. Okay, so just a few more to select. Another really neat thing about Maya is its mirror weight tool. It does an incredible job. So what that means is when it comes time to modify our deformations, we just need to concern ourselves with just one half. And then we can confidently use the mirror tool to take care of the opposite half. It does a wonderful job. There may be just a few points to modify, but for the most part, should really have nothing to worry about. All right, so I'll now go ahead and bind the arm. We don't want to forget about the extra accessories, so our knife mesh. Let's go ahead and grab its sheaths, the knives. And these will be fully weighted to our forearm twist A bone. All right, so at this point, you just want to take care of the opposite half. It's going to be the same process, and we don't have any extra accessories, so you'll just need to worry about the arm. And that's going to do it for this lesson. So in the next lesson, we'll go ahead and bind the belt.